It's wild to think about how much a single city can experience, over time. And I don't think there are many places that can top Berlin when it comes to just massive shifts in the 20th century.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Like,
mean, just
wow.
think about it for a second. That whole vibe of the Belle Epoque, the Weimar Republic with all its creative energy, Bauhaus,
Right, right.
and then the just horrific darkness of the Third Reich, followed by a literal wall splitting the city, splitting the world, really, and then boom, reunification.
It's almost too much history for one place to hold.
Seriously. And today, here we are, Berlin, as this vibrant capital of a unified Germany, a major player in Europe.
And it always feels like it's reinventing itself, It's a city that never stands still.
Exactly. And that energy, that forward-looking spirit, that's kind of what we're tapping into for today's deep dive. We're going to be exploring Audi's future strategy, and we're basing this on what came out of their recent Drive Forum, held, of course, in Berlin.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, and the location itself is pretty symbolic, I think. The Drive Forum is on Friedrichstrasse, which, if you remember your history, was literally divided by the Berlin Wall.
Wow, right in your checkpoint, Charlie. Talk about a loaded location.
No kidding. A place that once symbolized division now becomes a platform for talking about the future, and in this case, the future of mobility. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like that. It's like they're consciously choosing a space that embodies this idea of breaking down barriers moving forward.
Totally. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to unpack Audi's vision for the automotive industry, and in particular, their big move towards electric mobility. We're talking about their plans straight from this Drive Forum, what they said, what it means for the bigger picture of how cars are evolving, and what challenges they're facing.
All right, buckle up.
Right, let's dive in. Now, first things first. Audi has made a pretty major commitment when it comes to their electric future.
Yeah, they've gone all in.
Big time. The announcement that, from 2026 on, they're only developing electric vehicles, no more new combustion engines. That's a bold statement.
It is. And the sources we're looking at suggest this was a key point of emphasis at the Drive Forum in Berlin. Obviously this is something they've been planning for a while, but they really wanted to make it clear this is the direction, no turning back.
And it seems like this isn't just some regional strategy, right? This electric vision, it's global for them. Almost like they're saying, hey, local regulations, political winds, whatever happens in Brussels or wherever, we're going electric.
It's like they're setting their own course, independent of all that external stuff. That's a strong message.
But here's the thing. They also seem to be pretty positive about synthetic fuels.
Yeah, interesting, right. Like their long-term future is clearly electric, but they're not ignoring the millions of combustion engine cars that will still be on the road for years to come. And they see synthetic fuels as a way to at least reduce the emissions from those vehicles, especially with that proposed 2035 ban on new gas and diesel cars looming.
So it's like a two-pronged approach. They're building the electric future, but they're also trying to deal with the environmental impact of the present. The cars that are already out there. Pretty smart, actually.
Definitely strategic thinking.
Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about Berlin itself. We know it's this historic city, but it's also a hotbed for innovation, especially for startups.
Oh, yeah, no question. Berlin has really become a European capital for startups. It draws in so much talent, so many fresh ideas, and it just creates this environment where new companies can take off.
Exactly. And Audi, Audi wants to be a part of that. That's where their Denkwerkstatt comes in.
Denkwerkstatt. Love that word. It literally means think workshop, by the way.
Very German, very cool. So tell me, what's this Think Workshop all about? It's like their innovation lab right in the heart of Berlin, right?
Exactly. It's their way to connect with that startup energy. They have a core team of Audi people there, but they also work with outside partners. And their focus is on R&D, especially for future mobility, but it's not just about cars in the traditional sense.
Oh, so it's bigger than just like the next electric SUV.
Right. They're looking at the whole picture of how people will move in the future, all the different aspects of it.
That's pretty forward thinking.
Yeah.
What are some of the big things they're exploring in this Denkwerkstatt?
Well, artificial intelligence is a major focus. They see it as this tool that can really speed up experimentation in all sorts of areas. And they believe AI will be crucial for making cars safer and also for creating those next level entertainment experiences. All that stuff that people want in their vehicles.
Makes sense. People love their in-car tech.
Totally. And get this, they're also really optimistic about autonomous driving. Some of the insights from the Denkwerkstatt suggest that we could actually see self-driving cars in regular production, not just prototypes, within 5 to 10 years.
Oh, that's pretty soon. That's not just around the corner, but it's getting close.
Yeah, it's a pretty confident outlook, and it's coming straight from their innovation hub, so they're taking it seriously.
This is where it gets really fascinating for me, I have to say. Hearing that level of optimism about autonomous driving directly from like their internal innovation engine, it really suggests a lot of progress behind the scenes.
Absolutely. I mean, they wouldn't be saying that unless they felt pretty good about where things are heading.
Right. Okay, so stepping back for a second, let's analyze Audi's overall strategy here. We've got this electric commitment, this global vision, this think workshop in Berlin. What are the big takeaways for you? And maybe even some points of critique.
Well, one thing that kind of jumps out at me is this sense that maybe, just maybe, Audi was a little late to the electric party. Like some other manufacturers were already further down the road.
Yeah, I could see that.
But at the same time, their commitment now, with that 2026 deadline, it shows they're serious about catching up. And their investment in the Denkwerkstatt, that tells me they're not just playing catch up. They want to be leaders in the electric era. They want to innovate, maybe even leapfrog the competition in certain areas.
It reminds me of all those discussions about European car makers, Audi included, compared to companies like Stellantis.
Right, right.
And that whole idea that maybe European manufacturers kind of missed the boat early on when it came to EVs, especially compared to what was happening in China.
Yeah, there's definitely that concern out there. Were they too cautious, too slow to jump on the electric bandwagon? It's a valid question.
Definitely. And some of the analysis we've seen does suggest that, yeah, maybe Europe missed an opportunity there. But there's also this hope that they're going to make up for it, that companies like Audi will embrace this electric challenge and reclaim their reputation for amazing design, top-notch quality, and all that stuff.
Right, all those things that European cars are known for because, let's be honest, they do have a long history of automotive innovation.
Absolutely. So the question is, can they bring that same energy and expertise to the electric world?
Exactly. Can they translate their legacy into the age of EVs? It's a big challenge, but I think it's an exciting one.
I agree. It's like a story of maybe starting a bit late, but then going all in with a ton of determination and a clear vision. And Berlin, with its history and its current vibe as this innovation hub, it seems like it's playing a key role in shaping Audi's future.
Yeah, Berlin is more than just a location. It's like this whole ecosystem, a culture that encourages new thinking, collaboration, risk-taking, all the things you need when you're trying to navigate a massive industry shift like this.
Absolutely. Okay, let's bring it back to our listeners. What are the key things they should take away from our deep dive into Audi's strategy from their drive forum in Berlin? What should they be thinking about?
Well, the big takeaway is that Audi is fully committed to electric vehicles. 2026, that's the year they've set for themselves. And they're not just doing it for one region, it's a global vision. They're going electric everywhere.
No more combustion engines. That's huge.
Huge, yeah. And they're backing it up with serious investment in innovation, like with the Denkwerkstatt in Berlin. They're exploring things like AI, pushing the boundaries of autonomous driving. They're thinking big and they're thinking long term.
Exactly. And, when you think about Audi's plans and you see all that's happening in Berlin, it makes you wonder what other industries are going to go through this kind of rapid fundamental change in the coming years.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. What other big shifts are just around the corner?
Right. And what role are cities like Berlin going to play in all this? Cities with their history, but also their ability to attract talent, to foster new ideas. It's fascinating to think about.
Absolutely. It makes you realize that the past and the future, they're not separate things. They're intertwined, and Berlin is a perfect example of that. You can feel the history there, but it's also a city that's looking ahead, always pushing forward.
I love that. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. If you enjoy this exploration of Audi's future and Berlin's role in it, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth conversations just like this one. Thanks for joining us.